spot ought to be all right, Clint. I'll ride over to them trees there a ways. Train ought to be stopping right about there. Now, you all put them signal torpedoes on the tracks like I showed you. It's got to be done right so the engineer figures it's the real thing. Oh, now, boy, you ain't scared, are you? Oh, don't be. You just do like I told you, and you'll be all right. I'll have that Yankee in my rifle sights just like I've been planning, for both of us. You and me's going to get even, Clint. That's the way we want it, ain't it? For what they done to us?
Yeah. Shots, Kimasabi.
No sounds louder than that. Come on. Go after those men. I'll try to stop the train.
Reckon that does it, Frank. Anything else you all want to put in the report to the Home Office?
No, that should take care of it. Well, put Hank Rowe in the cab on number 7. Tell him to get it started. We're behind schedule already.
Yes, sir.
Well, Tonto, what'd the doctor have to say?
The engineer not hurt bad. Him be all right.
Well, thank heaven for that.
Whoever those men were, they meant business. That attack was well planned, even to using signal torpedoes to stop the train.
Oh, it's probably some disgruntled passenger not satisfied with the service I've been giving.
You're a brave man, Frank, and your war record proves it, but this is no laughing matter.
I know that, my friend. I appreciate your concern. But I've been shot at too often to be frightened now. Besides, I've got a railroad to run.
Frank.
Win Hark.
What's wrong, Kimasabi?
Trouble just rode in, Tonto. You know them fellows, Mr. Miller?
One of them, Ed. The big one. I'm afraid you're right about this not being a laughing matter.
Harky plenty bad, Kimasabi. You want me watch hotel?
Yes, Tonto. If they head this way, warn us immediately.
And you say Harky was one of Quantrill's raiders?
One of the most vicious of the pack. They weren't soldiers, they were renegades. I commanded the federal force that wiped them out in Kentucky. Harky swore then that he'd get me.
Then he must have been the one that shot at you on the train.
Looks that way. But I can't figure why he'd be riding so openly into town.
Well, I thought Hockey still was in federal prison.
So did I. You think he escaped?
I don't know. But I intend to find out.
Wait a minute, I'll go with you.
Just a minute, Frank. Sorry with you, Tonto and I would like to handle this.
Look, my friend, you and Tonto have fought enough of my battles. Why, without you two, there wouldn't even be a Miller's Junction.
Yeah, and the folks in this town ain't never going to forget that either.
Well, we're glad we could help. I know you don't need anyone to fight your battles, Frank, but we'd like to take Harkey without any gunplay if possible.
Well, all right. If you think that best, but be careful.
It sure feels good to get out of the saddle, don't it, kid? One thing about these Yankees, they sure know how to build soft beds. Almost as soft as their heads, I reckon. Hey, what are you so jumpy about, kid? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about us being out here. We're as free as the Georgia sunshine. Nobody knows it was us that stopped that train. And we're gonna enjoy this northern hospitality until we finish what we came here for. And there ain't no hurry about it neither. No, sir. We're gonna let that Yankee major squirm a little, eh, boy? You all right? Ain't nothing hurting you, is there?
Move easy, Harkey.
Ain't that exactly what you'd expect in a Yankee town? Busting in on a couple of peaceful men? What's on your mind, boys? If you come to rob us, you're out of luck. We Southern fellas are real poor.
We haven't come here to rob you.
Then what are you here for?
Just checking. You're a long way from prison, aren't you?
That any of your business?
Escape criminal, our business.
You're working on the wrong information, men. I've been released.
He's right, Tonto. It's illegal parole.
Then why you come here?
Any law against a man riding where he wants?
This peaceful town, Harkey.
Due to the efforts of Frank Miller.
Miller? Who's Frank Miller?
Let me refresh your memory. He's the major that captured you when you rode with Quantrell.
That right? He's here in town? Well, what do you know? It's a small world, ain't it?
Someone tried to kill him just this morning.
Well, looks like a lot of people don't like Yankees, huh, Clint? Clint and me here hates them. We hate them deep down and always will for what they've done to us.
The war is over, Harkey. Frank Miller only did what he had to do as a Union officer.
And now, that's very nice. Me and Clint here's going to do what we got to do, too.
It's peacetime now. Men have to forget their differences. Work together. I don't agree with what you did with Quantrell. You're free now. Give yourself a break. Forget the past.
I ain't never going to forget the past. And I ain't going to let him forget it neither.
What about you, son? What hold is this man over you?
He? My brother, that's what.
Is that any reason to make him like you? Maybe he thinks differently.
Clint and me thinks the same on everything.
What about it, son?
He ain't going to answer you, mister. He ain't going to answer nobody ever. A Yankee's bullet took care of that. Went clean through. He's been in the hospital ever since the war, and from now on, he's thinking and feeling just like Art tells him to. Ain't that right, Clint?
Other men suffered from the war, Clint. Men on both sides. That's how war is. But that's no reason to carry your hate.
What do you want him to do, thank him? Maybe he should get down on his knees and say, "Thank you, Mr. Yankee. Much obliged for shooting my throat to bits so I can't talk."
I don't suppose there's much that'll change your mind, Harkey. Hate like yours runs pretty deep. But don't try to drag your brother down with you. Give him a chance.
Like the Yankees did, maybe? They fixed him up good. They fixed him up so he ain't fit for nothing. Can't talk, can't hold down a job. He's just plumb useless, to himself or to anybody. Useless. If it weren't for me, he might just as well be dead, and he knows it.
That's not true, and you know it. He's got 2 good arms, 2 good legs, and a mind.
You bet your life he has, and he's going to use them, too. Doing just what Art tells him to.
And you'd better tell it to him straight. If anything happens to Frank Miller, the both of you will answer to me.
Now, boy, you didn't let any of that hogwash get to you, did you? Look, Clint, you and me's going to do all right. And I ain't going to let nothing happen to you if you just do like I tell you to. You hear? You all hear?
Got a match?
Well, I'm fresh out, partner.
Hey, fella, got a match?
Got a chore, maybe. Where you from, stranger?
You kind unfriendly like, ain't you?
Where we come from, Bub, man asks a civil question, he expects a civil answer.
Looky here, boy. I'm just as stubborn as you are. I don't cater to being snubbed. I'm going to get an answer out of you if I've got to shake it out. Talk.
Come on, talk! Kimasabi.
Hold it, mister.
You stop.
You all right, son? What's this all about? Ask him. Maybe you can get an answer out of him. We couldn't. He can't answer. He was injured in the war. Oh, I'm sorry, kid. I didn't know.
Me too, partner.
Don't think too harshly of them, Clint. It was thoughtless, but not intentional. I'd like you to do me a favor. I want you to give me a chance to prove that your brother is wrong. I want to talk to you alone. No, your brother doesn't have to know. We'll meet just east of town by the big tree. I know you've had a tough time of it, Clint, but you've only lost your voice, not your reason. I think I can help you if you'll only give me a chance.
He won't let you nothing, mister. Not if I got anything to say about it. You just leave him alone. We don't want nothing to do with you, do you hear? Come on, kid.
You think him listen to you, Kimasabi?
I hope so, Tano. I'll know this afternoon. Silver looks like he isn't coming. Hello, Clint. I'm glad you decided to give me a chance. I'm going to try to show you a few things. All you have to do is look. The decision is yours. All of that was once a barren desert until the railroad came. The railroad brought people, machinery, tools for making things grow. Frank Miller was the man behind the railroad here. Built some of it with his own hands, some of it with borrowed money, all of it with his heart. He worked shoulder to shoulder with men who were once his enemies. Frank Miller is the man your brother wants to kill. See those two ranchers there? I met them once. One of them was a Confederate captain, the other a Union corporal. They've joined forces now in a common cause. Feed their families and to rebuild a torn country. It's the same everywhere, Clint. Hatred and bitterness brought tragedy to this land. Now, with God's help, goodwill and tolerance are repairing the damages. Those farms were made by good neighbors. Yanks, Rebs, working together for the good of all. It's the only way, Clint. Believe me. Clint. Just one more thing. There's someone in here I want you to meet. Oh, Frank, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Clint Harkey. Clint, this is Frank Miller, the man I was telling you about.
Pleased to meet you, Clint.
If it's all right with you, Frank, I'd like to show Clint around a little.
Not at all. Glad to have you.
Thanks.
Hey, that's our signal, and Ned isn't here to take the message. Say, my friend, you...
Clint, do you know Morse code? Might be important, son. Take it down.
Well, doggone, it's about time I got a little help around here. You know, I've been telling you, there's too much work around here for a little old boy from Mississippi.
Always complaining.
Ed, shake hands with Clint Harkey.
My pleasure, son. Understand you're all from Georgia. Well, I always said Mississippi was the garden spot of the South, but I got to admit it's real nice in Georgia, too.
This is a confirmation from an order up north. Much obliged, Clint.
Ed, lucky for you, Clint was here.
Well, it takes us southern boys to show 'em how it's done, eh, Clint? Say, where'd you all learn the code? Oh, yeah, I know about you, Hendry. Well, just tap it out for me there with the pencil. Oh, in the Army, huh? Well, say, you know, we sure could use you around here. Yes, sir.
What about it, Frank? Job open?
Sure it is. How about it, Clint? You think you'd like it here? A lot of real nice folks in this town.
Clint. Wait a minute, Clint. Can't you see how wrong your brother is? There are a lot of jobs you can do. Honest jobs. Think it over, son. You've got your whole life ahead of you. It can be a good life. Got your whole life ahead of you, Clint.
He ain't fit for nothing. Can't talk, can't hold down a job, plumb useless.
You've only lost your voice, not your reason.
You and me gonna get even, Clint, for what they did to you.
Forget the past. Forget the bitterness.
He can't do nothing.
It can be a good life.
Can't do nothing. Come on, boy. Wake up. We got things to do. We got us a little old Yankee major to kill. Yes, sir, we let him squirm just long enough. Today we're gonna do what we come to do, and it's gonna be a real pleasure. Yes, sir, a real pleasure. What's the matter, kid? Come on, what's on your mind? No? No what? You mean your eye? I could see it coming. Last night I could see it coming. You can't talk, so you let your conscience do it for you. Well, let me tell you something. That masked man may have put a bug in your ear, but you can bet your life it ain't contagious. That Yankee major's gonna get himself killed today. And you, mister, you better get your horse and ride out of town fast. Why, you...
I hope so, Tonto.
Well, Clint, how's the arm? All fixed up?
I told the doc to do an extra special job on him. Got to take good care of my employees.
We're sorry about your brother, son. But you know, a man just can't live with bitterness like that.
We've got a big job ahead of us here, Clint. I'm very glad you're going to be part of it.
And you're going to have a lot of friends from now on, too.
And you know something, Ed? I think I know who's going to head the list. The lone...
Kimasabi, come, quick. Look. Him go toward Fort Picacho, but him take Winter Trail.
You'll never make it. Come on. It's a girl.
Fire getting low, Kimasabi. Me get some wood.
I'm all right now. My horse was frightened by a snake, I guess. I want to thank you very much.
Does my mask still frighten you?
Nothing in this West frightens me. Everything astounds me. But that's not the point. I must get to Fort Picacho tonight.
Well, Miss Edwards, why is it necessary to reach the fort tonight?
To prevent a murder, that's why. A cold-blooded murder. Oh, you're West. You're stupid, blundering, brutal West.
Would you mind telling me about it? I may be able to help.
The Marshal of Panamint. He'll be shot down tomorrow, killed by a gang of outlaws unless something is done. I must get to the fort and call out the troops.
Well, getting to the fort wouldn't help. You see, the troops can't interfere in a purely civil matter.
Civil matter? Criminal matter, you mean? Oh, you men. You're all alike. Talk, talk, talk. Can't somebody do something?
Get your hands up. Preach! Are you all right, sir, honey? I followed your trail as fast as I could.
Of course I'm all right, Roy. This man saved my life.
This outlaw, you mean?
Believe me, I'm not an outlaw.
Look, I'm Marshal of Panamint. I only believe what I see. Now take off that mask.
You drop gun.
It's all right, Tonto. He's a friend. See, Marshal, this mask is on the side of the law. It's helped others. Maybe it can help you. Suppose you tell me what happened.
I reckon I got no choice.
Go ahead, Roy. Tell him. Let him see how idiotic a town full of men can be when they set their minds to it.
Well, mister, I only been marshal less than a year. I got my badge about the time Sarah here came out from Boston to teach school.
I engaged to teach children. Had I known the whole town needed educating, I would have stayed home.
Panama was a law-abiding town before Joe Hunsaker moved in.
I'm coming to that. I arrested one of Big Joe's men last Saturday night, a gunslinger named Sonora Kid.
Him bad medicine.
Plenty bad. I threw him in jail. He's there now waiting trial.
What's the matter with that, Marshal?
Just this. This creature, this Big Joe, whatever his name is, sent word into town that if the Sonora Kid is not turned loose by noon tomorrow, he'll come and get him. And if Roy stands in his way, that'll just be too bad for him.
Well, certainly Roy's not alone. He must have the townspeople behind him.
Too far behind him, if you ask me. Just let me tell you what the good citizens of Panama did to meet this challenge. I know.
Order! Order! Quiet now. Charlie Matthews has the floor to give us a businessman's point of view.
Judge, folks, let's face this calm and sensible. Big Joe means what he says. He'll ride into town tomorrow, his gunmen with him, and they'll take the Sonora Kid out of town to do it. So I say, let's beat him to it. Let's let the kid go now and save our property. And maybe some lives.
Now, just a minute. I listened to all the guff I'm going to. You back down now. You let Big Joe know you're scared. And him and his gang will move in on you sure as shooting, and I mean shooting. Why, he'll take your property and your lives, too, if you as much as let out a squawk. I say let's call him. I say the kid goes to trial.
Order! Order! Quiet. Cal Ames has been trying for 10 minutes now to get a word in. Yes, Cal?
I know how you feel, boys. As banker and Wells Fargo agent, I've got more to lose than most of you. But I'm on Roy's side. Marshal Bell is the law. And if he says he can deal with Big Joe Hunsaker, I say let him deal with him. Besides, Roy's no slouch with a gun.
I got a good chance.
Chance? What kind of a chance has an honest man got against a gunslinger that makes a business of killing? Justice isn't a matter of chance. It's a matter of right and wrong. And you don't decide that by who draws the fastest gun. Just leave it to chance often enough, and there won't be anyone left but thieves and murderers. All the honest men will be dead. shot down in one vast, insane shooting gallery. But they wouldn't listen. And you were the worst of the lot.
Did you suggest anything to do about the situation, Miss Edwards?
I surely did. It's as simple as ABC. When Big Joe rides into town tomorrow, let every man that owns a gun take cover. Then from the windows and the doors, shoot him down like the mad dog he is. Kill him before he kills anyone else.
You mean bushwhacking?
From hiding, without even giving him a chance to draw. I told her it would be cold-blooded murder, even against Big Joe.
It would be nothing of the kind. It would be execution. Pure and simple. The execution of a known killer.
Roy isn't an executioner, Miss Edwards. He's a marshal. And a marshal can't shoot a man down in cold blood.
Then what's your solution?
I want you and Roy to go back to Panamint.
Back to Panamint? And let Roy face that killer alone?
I promise you, Roy will not face Big Joe alone.
Look, stranger, I don't need any nursing. Thanks just the same. Big Joe don't scare me. Now, come on, honey.
Don't honey me. Go on and get yourself killed if you want to. I don't care. Why did I have to let myself in for this? Why did I have to fall in love with an infant? All spunk and no brains.
Oh, now, honey, you...
Oh, Roy.
Scratch like wildcat, purr like kitten. Me think him have two women in one.
She'll scratch to save him, purr to please him. He's a lucky man, Tonto. We've got to see to it that Big Joe doesn't change his luck. Come on. I'm sure of it. And equally sure he's the key to the whole situation. We've got to find out who he is. Come on. You follow the creek. We'll meet back here later.
Come on, Injun, let's go. I hope nothing goes wrong, Joe.
What could go wrong, Cal? This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Get in the house.
What are you doing here, Injun?
Got him sneaking up the canyon.
What are you doing here, I said? Who sent you?
You know, Brad, I think this poor fella's got something stuck in his throat. Take him over yonder, see if Tom can get it out.
Now, mind, you don't have to kill that marshal, Joe. Just lay him up till we're through.
Fella gets used to shooting straight. Ain't so easy to aim crooked, Cal. Just you leave it to me. When's that big gold shipment due in?
Early next week, maybe Wednesday. No later.
Perfect. Couldn't be better. Bye, Cal.
Joe?
Better talk, Injun, while you still got a face to talk with. This is your last chance, Injun. Spell it. You hot yet, Tom?
Plum white.
Hey, talk. Now, who sent you?
Tonto. Now, Brad?
What do you say?
What's it mean? Some Indian lingo. How about it, Brad? Now?
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, you're getting closer. Come on.
Back in, Tonto. We've got to find out what Big Joe is up to. Set up a camp. Hide the horses as far back as you can.
Me do that, Kimasabi.
Right.
You fellas was plumb tuckered out. Getting ready to go Betty by.
Me, I couldn't go to sleep. I got to wondering. How come we didn't see nobody where them shots come from?
Well, sir, I went to look. Here's what I found.
Silver bullet. The Lone Ranger. If he's mixed up in this, it changes everything. We won't ride into town tomorrow.
Of course we're riding in. When we get another chance to stop that meddling buzzard for good and all. Tom, when we ride in, I want you to pay attention to nothing else. Just plug him. Just him, you understand?
It'll be a pleasure, boss.
Time to explain. Big Joe's riding in at 10 o'clock.
Where's Roy?
I don't know. This room faces south, doesn't it?
Yes, why?
I just wanted to make sure.
Now what?
Don't let anyone in. Don't make a sound.
Sarah, honey, you there?
I don't know why I'm...
You won't regret it. Now listen carefully on what you're to do. Many lives may depend.
like he'd been sent for.
Big Joe's riding in. I seen him crossing the dry wash at Avery's.
From Avery's? Well, they should get here about 10.
Where is Roy anyway? If he's left us in the lurch, he should be run out of town.
All right, all right. But I just don't believe old Roy's yellow dog, but that's all.
Me neither.
Roy's got something up his sleeve, you'll see.
He'd better have.
Anybody seen Sarah, Miss Edwards, this morning?
Marshal Bell. Instead of worrying about a young lady who's probably safe in her room, you'd better give a little thought to your duty.
There's plenty of time.
There are precisely 8 minutes of time.
How come you're so sure of that?
Why, everybody knows, Roy. Big Joe's outfit passed Avery's 5 minutes ago.
All right, he comes, I'll handle him. I'll handle him. But you all listen here. This isn't only my fight. He's riding against the town. I'm no army. I want some deputies. Well, come on. I got a pocket full of badges. Who'll pin them on?
Well, I would, Roy, but I'm a family man.
Me too, Roy. I just can't risk it.
Give me a badge.
Down at Brownie's.
They got to pass here to get to the jail. Now, John.
Yes, Roy?
You stand here. Open the door when I tell you to. Leave it open, but stay out of sight.
Right.
Mr. Ames, wait till I go down the steps, then come out on the porch. Keep your hand close to your gun, but don't draw. Understand?
I understand. I know what to do.
They're here.
Now, John.
Hold it, Marshal. Don't try to draw. Everybody be quiet and there'll be no bloodshed. You, out in the street.
Me? You mean me?
There's a law against carrying guns in this town.
No, tell me about it.
You heard what I said? I'm coming for yours.
You hear that, boys? He's coming for my guns. Never mind. I'll handle this myself. Don't nobody mix in.
I'm not going to let him do it.
No, better you stay inside.
But it's not his job.
Him help you.
I still don't know how he did it. Took Big Joe with his own guns.
He was helped, darling.
Helped?
From on high.
On high? What do you mean?
Tell you later.
Well, can't you even tell me his name?
Well, they call him the Lone Ranger.
Tubby, me find last week newspaper down by spring.
Yeah, it must be from that wagon train that camped here last week.
But it have news a friend from Forgan's Flat Kimasabi. Listen. Honored Mr. and Mrs. All shirts washed free for 1 week, start May 1st. So you come clean to Chinese wedding of Li Po and Miss Ma Lin Soon.
Li Po?
Him, our old friend, Kimasabi.
Our good friend, Tonto. So this is Lee's wedding day.
12 o'clock, right after stage come in with bride from China.
We can just make it. We'll take a shortcut over to the stage trail.
We go to friend's wedding?
Tonto, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Let's put out the fire.
All right, driver, get your hands up. All the way. Get outside and keep your hands up where I can see them. This is the end of the line for you, China Doll.
Fellas are making a mistake. She's just a letter bride coming out here to get married. She's got no money. She don't even speak English.
We got company, brother.
Stagecoach break down, Kimasabi.
No, it's a holdup. Come on.
Come on, make yourself comfortable, Doll. Let's go. Head for Furnace Creek.
Straight ahead.
One step nearer, she's done for. You follow it, she got a dead gal. Sabi? Now get back down that road. Make tracks. Both of them.
We have no choice, Tonto.
Them crazy men. They'll kill her for sure.
Get back down that road where we can see you.
All right, mister. I've taken you at your word. But if anything happens to that girl, I'll track you down if it's the last thing I ever do.
Come on, let's get back to the cabin.
It's only the beginning, Tonto.
Kimasabi, why you think them take Li Po's girl?
That's what we're going to find out. It's what I think it is. It should be torn out by the roots. Come
on. What you thought you be for, Li Po?
Stage, she late today, but Li Po not jumpy.
Oh, no, you're like a lizard on a hot rock.
What's the matter? Are you afraid your mail-order bride missed the boat?
Maybe your folks forgot to tie a ticket on her. No taking no surety, huh?
They not forget. I sent ticket. She come long way just for me.
Stagecoach are coming. Stand back, folks.
It's of your prices, Lee. Here comes the bride.
up, China boy. She's bashful. She not here. Mr. Driver, where Chinese girl? You know bling her?
I bling her all right. A couple of road agents jumped me about 20 miles out of town. They took her.
Hold up.
That's right, Sheriff.
What happened? They run off all your passengers?
Oh, no riding passengers except the China gal.
And you let them take her without firing a shot?
Oh, my hands wasn't in shooting position. Besides, I'm not going to risk my neck for no...
You mean for a Chinese girl?
I mean what I mean.
It's your sworn duty to protect your freight, and that includes human freight, no matter what the color of their skin is.
Mr. Sheriff, she all alone. They kill her.
I'm swearing in a posse right now, Lee. You go back to your laundry. We'll do everything we can.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sheriff.
Too bad, Lee.
Ain't it awful?
Yeah, just awful.
Keep your head up, Lee Poe.
Mr. Ranger,
Hello, Lee. We're mighty sorry.
my friends, what you do here?
We saw the holdup. Came as fast as we could.
Why they do this to me?
I think I know, Lee. The lowest reason the human heart is capable of.
Little boy, throw rock, Kimasabi. Me catch him?
No, Tonto. Let him go.
We don't want a lot of Chinese kids in camp. If you want to see your girl alive, get out of town pronto.
Just what I thought, Lee.
Children don't like Lee Poe. Throw stone.
They don't know what they like except what they're told. Someone put that boy up to this.
But why?
Because their skin is a different color than yours. It's as simple as that. You see, Lee, children have no prejudice. I've seen them at play. Yellow, red, black, and white. They don't know there's any difference. They have to be taught prejudice by their elders. By people who can only feel big by making others feel small.
I go right away. Then maybe they let her go.
That's just what you won't do, Lee. You can't run away from prejudice. You've got to fight it. It's the American way. And there are plenty of people in this town who will fight it with you. There they go, Lee. The decent people who are on your side. You stay here. Keep your eyes and ears open. Write down the names of anyone who advises you to leave town for your own good. Just sit tight. You'll hear from us.
Me sit tight. Me good American.
Silver, what is it, boy? Him smell something, Kimasabi. Yeah, it's not smoke.
You're right, Tonto. It's tar. Come on.
Why you bring me here? Why you boil tar? What did Lee Poe do?
You're starting a family, that's what. And pretty soon others just like you'll be doing the same thing. And before we know it, half the town will be wearing pigtails and working for rice money.
You're hitting the trail, China boy, wearing a nice warm overcoat of tar and feathers.
Wait here.
Because we wouldn't want you to freeze in the mountains, understand?
I don't understand. Keep your hands away from your guns. Lee Poe.
Who are you and what are you doing in that mask?
This mask is on the side of the law. What about yours?
Look, mister, you're a white man, ain't you?
What's that got to do with it?
We're just teaching this China boy a lesson, that's all. We warned him to get out of town.
You warned him.
It's our town, ain't it?
You don't even represent it. You're just a gang of hoodlums who sneaked out at night to commit a cowardly crime.
What's wrong with getting rid of a Chinaman anyway?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it. Chinese are people. Human beings. They have the same right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that you have. They were brought here to help build this country. They've done most of the dirty work that white men wouldn't even touch. They dug our ditches, washed our clothes, and they helped build the railroad that opened up this great country of ours to settlers.
Chinese are rice eaters. They work for nothing. They take the bread out of white men's mouths.
If you ask me, tar and feather's too good for 'em.
I am asking you. And you. And you. Tonto, get our horses. Leap home.
You no drink coffee, Kimasabi? You're very quiet. Something trouble you?
I was just thinking how they'd like a new laundryman in Forgan's flat.
But they don't want Chinese laundrymen.
You're right, Lee. I wonder how they'd accept a Swede.
Oh, you Lee. Yeah, that's good girl. Yumpin' Yiminy, this knee she sure go out of joint. I'm looking for a job. You need good laundryman in town?
Sure do, Swede.
That's good, because old Swan here, he need job.
You better see the sheriff. He put the key in the lock. His office is right up the street.
Well, thanks, gents. Thanks. Howdy, mister. You Bain Sheriff?
Yep, I been. What can I do for you?
I'm Sven Olson. Darn good laundryman, looking for a job.
Oh, you are you? Well, I think you've come to the right place. Got any references?
Yeah. Sven got good reference.
A silver bullet? Only one man I know carries bullets cast from pure silver.
That's right, Ike.
Yeah, you old Svenska rascal, you. What are you doing here and in that get-up?
I'm looking for the men who stole Lee Poe's girl and ran him out of town.
Oh, you've got your work cut out for you, mister. I've been out with the posse, and we couldn't find hide and a hair of them.
They're right here in town, Ike. And I think I know who they are.
You do, eh? Got any proof?
You just open that laundry up tomorrow, and I'll have your proof. Hurry. Tom, you help Lee Poe get a fire started. Sheriff Kane has let the townspeople know that this place is open for business. We've got to be ready for it.
This key is for both doors, front and back. Good luck.
Thanks, Ike. The first lead I get, I'll come straight to your office. Now listen carefully. I'm supposed to be here alone. When you hear the front door jingle, don't make a sound. Stand stock still.
Me no, Kimasabi. Me Billy quiet.
Good, Lee. Your girl's life depends on it. Tonto, you lock the back door. I'll take care of the front.
Howdy, gents. By George, that bell ain't stopped ringing for 2 hours. Sven Olson got plenty big job.
Plenty of work here for a white man.
Well, good. That yours fine. You got big wash. Yumpin' Jiminy. The shirt, she's sure dirty. Feels like tar. Smells like tar, too.
That's what it is. We got it all over us. Yeah, tar on the roof.
Sven can't promise to get it out, but he'll just run over to store and get some naphtha.
Good idea. That ought to take care of it.
Yeah. Snee, she yosh like cat. When she's in, she's out, and when she's out, she's in. Well, Sven here all alone. You fellas watch door. He'll be right back.
Go ahead, Swede.
Hey, what's that?
Somebody's in there. Well, he said he was alone here. engine.
Fairly nice. Thank you, Mr. Flighty.
Ain't that the engine was with the masked man that broke up our tar party?
That's him, all right.
Where's your partner?
Me not know.
Don't lie to me. We got a score to settle with him. Tell us or we'll knock it out of you.
Come on, Lipo.
The masked man, where is he? Me not know. This is your last chance, Injun. Where is he?
He couldn't get after, so I brought Sheriff instead. Thanks.
What is this?
You're under arrest, all of you.
What for?
Abduction, assault with intent to commit bodily harm, and anything else we can think of. Out.
You can't prove anything on us.
No. I can identify these shirts by the tar I slapped on them.
You?
That's right. And Lipo can identify them by his own Chinese laundry marks.
Think you're smart. Much good it'll do you. He'll never see that bride of his again.
Why not?
Because I sent word not an hour ago to get rid of her, that's why.
Why you do it, Mr. Forgan?
Because I hate old dirty foreigners, that's why.
Talk.
Go on, do anything you want. I won't tell.
Wait a minute, Forgan. We didn't figure out no murder.
Shut up, Friday.
Kimmy Sabby. Maybe this one would like to talk.
All right. All right, I'll tell where she is.
What's the matter with Forgan? Is he crazy or something?
He's just hipped on the subject of foreigners, that's all. But his money ain't crazy. You want it, you do the job. You don't, I take it back to him. Make up your mind. And I'll tell Forgan the job's good as done.
All right.
It's a good thing you don't savvy English, China Doll. You'd be mighty unhappy along about now. I'll just keep talking to her real easy. You go out the front door, pick her off from the back. Now, what are you waiting for?
You know I ain't never gunned down a woman, Ray.
Look, we took his money.
Look, she ain't even armed.
You're getting kind of finicky in your old age, ain't you? All right, have it your own way. I'll just mosey up close to her where she can grab my gun. Then she'll be armed.
All right, but keep talking to her. Bye, China Doll.
Say something, baby. Even if it's in your own lingo. You know, ching ching Chinaman, chow chow chow. Something like that. I don't know whether she's going to go for this, Ben. But if she don't, we're going to have to take her for a walk along the cliff. Giving her every chance, Ben. Just the way you wanted it. Ain't even looking down. On purpose. So it's up to you, Ben. Watch your hand. And me, too. Stand back to back. I'll cover the front. We got him. Come in.
Drop your guns. All clear, Tonto. Pick up their guns. They'll never need them again where they're going. two more for you, Sheriff. The Boone brothers.
Good. I've already got Jenny Fisher in jail. Friley made a full confession. Lock him up.
I only hope the rest of the town people profit by this experience. There's no room in this country for racial prejudice. It just doesn't belong.
Kimasabi, what will Li Po do?
An old Chinese custom, Tonto.
你好啦嘛，你冇事啦嘛？
好好，冇事啦。嗰個人戴呢個係邊個啊？
What's she saying, Lipo?
She say, "Who is man in mask?" I tell her, 呢位先生係我哋嘅好朋友，依家佢係你嘅朋友添。佢個名叫做 The Lone Ranger。
Hail Sil!